Ah, capitalism, it's everywhere, like that song you can't shake off. Promising shiny stuff gadgets, growth, opportunity, a phone that folds. Why? Who knows? But let's pause the triumphant soundtrack and look beyond the glossy ads. The system delivering your avocado toast in 10 minutes? It might rely on delivery drivers with no benefits, or factory workers facing impossible targets, not exactly a win-win. We're told it's the best, the pinnacle of human ingenuity. The American dream is a powerful sales pitch, but for many, it's a recurring nightmare, especially when the bill for progress arrives, and it always does. So tonight, let's pop the hood on capitalism. What are the hidden costs? Who's really footing the bill for all this efficiency? Spoiler, it's probably you, and your dog's future puppies. It's a generational thing. Capitalism didn't just spring into existence, it has roots. Deep, tangled, and frankly quite grubby roots. Going way back before smartphones, before the internet. People have always traded things, that's not new. But the specific flavor of economic madness, that took time. Early banking and lending, charging interest, once called usury, was condemned. A moral failing, seen as taking advantage of people in need, imagine that. A moral compass in finance. How old-fashioned. But then, things changed. The Renaissance, the Reformation. Suddenly lending money to make more money wasn't sinful, especially if it funded voyages to discover new lands. It became the engine of growth and exploration. Some got very rich, others got, well, discovered. Often fatally. This core idea that money itself can make more money. That's the fundamental building block of capitalism. From early Italian city-states to Wall Street titans today, the principle remains: accumulate capital, expand operations, reinvest profits, repeat, forever and ever, amen, or until the planet gives out. Language. It's a powerful tool. It can build bridges or walls. Capitalism is a grandmaster of language, a linguistic ninja. It knows how to frame the debate, make the unpalatable sound delicious. Like calling a tax cut for billionaires economic stimulus. Take the term free market. Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? But often it means freedom for corporations to do as they please. Freedom to lobby for fewer regulations, pay workers as little as possible. Not so much freedom for you to not get sick from pollution. Then there's deregulation, sold as cutting bureaucratic red tape. But often what's really being cut are protections for workers, consumers, the environment. It's like removing the safety net from a trapeze act. And let's not forget disruption. Sounds dynamic, innovative, but often translates to job losses, industries wiped out, communities struggling. The gig economy promises freedom and flexibility, or it means no job security, no benefits, and your car is your office. It's all about the spin, and capitalism spins like a champion. Capitalism's favorite fuel? Debt. Lots and lots of debt. It's not an unfortunate byproduct, it's a core feature. Want to buy a house? You'll likely need a mortgage. Debt. Want an education? Student loans? More debt. Want to start a small business? Probably debt again. Even wanting a slightly less miserable Tuesday might involve a credit card. Governments are swimming in debt. Corporations use debt strategically. It's a colossal interconnected web of IOUs. And who benefits most? Those who lend the money, those who already have the capital. Surprise! This system is incredibly effective at concentrating wealth at the top, like a superpowered reverse Robin Hood. The wealthy get wealthier, not just because they work hard, but because their money works for them, relentlessly. Through interest payments, dividends, your debt. It's a magical financial perpetual motion machine. For them. So, while you're budgeting, juggling loan payments, remember that interest you're paying? It's flowing upwards. Adding to someone else's already enormous pile. It's the beautiful circle of life. If life was designed by a greedy accountant. Choice! Oh, glorious choice, the bedrock of the capitalist promise. Walk into any supermarket. So many brands of cereal. A rainbow of sugary drinks. It's a dazzling spectacle of consumer freedom. Or, is it? Let's take a closer look. Put on your special X-ray capitalism detecting glasses. A very small number of massive corporations own almost everything. It's an illusion of choice. A carefully curated performance. Like a magician with many hats but only one rabbit. A very rich rabbit. These colossal companies don't like genuine competition. It's messy. It might drive down prices. So, they buy up competitors or crush them. They set the prices. Small businesses trying to compete? Good luck. It's like a plucky chihuahua trying to fight a genetically engineered T-Rex. So, when you're choosing between brand X and brand Y, remember, you might just be choosing between two marketing campaigns from the same corporate behemoth. Real, vibrant competition that benefits consumers? That's becoming an endangered species. Once upon a time there was this thing called the commons. Forests, pastures, water sources shared by communities. Not owned by one person but held in common for the common good. Then came privatization. The great enclosure movement. Fences went up. This patch of land? It's mine now, someone declared. Suddenly, what was once shared became private property. A crucial step in the development of capitalism. The enclosure of the commons is still happening all around us. Public services, privatized, water systems, privatized, schools, prisons, even roads, increasingly privatized. The sales pitch, the private sector will make it more efficient. Often it just makes it more expensive and less accountable. We've traded shared resources for individual ownership and market-based access. Need clean water? Hope your privatized water company is generous. The tragedy of the commons was the fear used to justify it. But the tragedy of privatization, the loss of the public good, that's a story we're still living. Capitalism needs a few key ingredients. Capital, resources, and workers. But not just any workers. It prefers them to be manageable. Dependent on that paycheck. Because a worker afraid of losing their job is less likely to complain. The grand promise is a fair day's wage for a fair day's work. But what happens when wages stagnate while productivity and profits soar? That fair day's wage starts to feel like a raw deal. A slow erosion of your time and energy for little reward. You work to afford to live. You live to keep working. Your health care is often tied to your employment. Thanks, America. Lose the job, and the whole house of cards can tumble down. That's not freedom and opportunity. That's a high-wire act without a safety net. We're encouraged to be grateful for any job at all, even if it's precarious, even if the pay barely covers essentials. This isn't empowerment. It's a modern form of serfdom, with slightly better branding and the occasional pizza party in lieu of a raise. We are constantly bombarded with a single message. Capitalism is it. The final answer, the peak, the end of history. Like humanity tried every economic system and capitalism won the gold medal. Really? Are we sure about that? Because it looks a bit wobbly. What if this narrative is just that, a narrative, a story to keep us from asking questions? This insatiable demand for infinite growth on a finite planet seems unsustainable. History shows a rich diversity of economic arrangements. Many societies organized around community, cooperation, sustainability. Alternatives are possible, they have existed, they can exist again. Questioning capitalism isn't being anti-progress. It's about asking, can we do better than this? Can we design economic systems that are fairer, more equitable, less destructive, that don't treat humans and the planet as mere inputs for profit? Just asking. If our current capitalism is flawed, what's the alternative? Do we resign ourselves to being tiny cogs in an uncaring machine? The good news is, there are alternatives. Ideas that prioritize people, communities, and the planet over profit. Think about worker cooperatives, businesses owned and run by employees, where profits are shared and decisions are made democratically. Or consider community-based economic models, local currencies, time banks, initiatives focusing on local needs, building resilience, fostering well-being, things like a universal basic income, ensuring security and dignity, stronger social safety nets that catch you when you fall. Imagine a world where poverty isn't a personal failing, but a policy choice. Moving beyond the current system isn't easy, no magic switch. It requires imagination and courage, challenging powerful interests. But it starts with believing a different economy is possible. One that genuinely serves humanity and the planet, instead of the other way around, and that, my friends, would be truly revolutionary.